Hello everybody, welcome to today's video. So today, as of earlier, like 2 or 3 hours ago, there was a Pokemon Direct, and they just released something called Pokemon Legends Z-A or Z, or as I like to call it, Pokemon ZA. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about today is who are the starters going to be in this new game. Now, like I said, the videos only came out, or the Direct only came out like 2 hours ago, so we know next to nothing about this game. So I think as of right now, while we know nothing, it'll be a fun time to try to guess what Pokemon might be in the game. Or guess what starters might be in the game, should I say. So, I'm going to assume a few things about the game before we even see anything about it. I'm going to assume that the starters, whatever they may choose, are either going to get like some kind of mega evolution or some kind of regional forms like how they did in Arceus. And we're going to be going through this list by generation because that's just one of the easier things to do. So the way I'm going to do it is, the first thing I'm going to put it in either it's possible to get in the game or it's not possible to be in the game. So the first thing we're going to start off with, of course, is with Gen 1. Now Gen 1 has got a lot of good treatment over the years, let's just say. So I really don't foresee why they would put them as starters in the new Pokemon Legends ZA game, or let's just say Pokemon Legends Z because that's easier. So for the most part, I'm going to put them in not possible. Now, but of course, Charmander, he is like Game Freak's favorite Pokemon, so never count Charmander out, never count Charizard out. There's always a possibility Charizard is going to get something else. So, for that reason, Charmander is going to be going in the possible. Next, Gen 2. Now, Gen 2 starters really haven't gotten a whole bunch of love throughout the years. I mean, like, they got Heart Gold, Soul Silver in Gen 4, but that, I mean, other than little small things here and there, there's not really much that they've appeared in. So I think all of them are definitely possible, besides Cyndaquil, because Cyndaquil was a starter in Legends Arceus. So you can kind of see my thought process throughout this. If they've had Megas or some kind of form before, I don't see them doing it again for other Pokemon. Next up, we have Hoenn is Gen 3. Now, they've all had Mega Evolutions before, so I don't see why they would do it again. Now, with Sinnoh in Gen 4, it's definitely a debate form, because there's been Legends Arceus, there's been BDSP before. They've had their time to shine. There definitely is a possibility that they put them in Legend Z, but there are other more candidates more likely, but it's not a 0% chance. Which, nothing's a 0% chance, but I think they are less likely than other groups to get in. Gen 5, same thing as Gen 2. Other than like recently, they've been like putting a little bit more Gen 5 in things, but there really haven't been a whole bunch of love for it. I don't know if that's because Game Freak likes it or doesn't like it, or because Game Freak thinks, or Pokemon thinks that the consumers don't like it. But I think Gen 5 starters definitely have a good possibility. Now, with Gen 6, I think they're definitely possible, but it's not going to be a one of them type situation. If you have one of the starters, you're gonna have all of them. Now, what I'm guessing the game is gonna be, with the Legends game, by the way the trailer looked, it's definitely gonna be like in the future. It looks like the near future of Kalos, so I think if you put them in, they're definitely better in together. It was really surprising that they didn't have Mega Evolutions in X and Y, because that's like the gen they're from, and that's like the big gimmick of that time. So the thing is, with them, if you have them, you have to have them all together. There's definitely not a possibility for it. I think I said that right. I think it's possible for them. I think with the next 2 generations, they definitely have possibilities, because They're newer than, of course, Kalos and Gen 6, but I don't think they're so new that I don't think they're too new. I think they're old enough. Maybe 8 might be a little bit too old, but like, or a little bit too new to be put into something else again. But I don't think they were super popular with consumers that they have to be like, we have to put this in there or else. And then realistically, I don't think Gen 9 is gonna get in there, because like I said, with 8, it's new. There are definitely other older starters that people like more, not necessarily more, but people have liked for longer. They haven't got as much love as other things. So with this right now, I want to organize them by types to make it easy, because you know it's gonna have fire, water, grass cores. Okay, so I did some rearranging to help make it easier to follow along with. You can see now that I've fixed my mistakes. Rowlet and Oshawott are now not impossible because they were in Arceus. So I split it up into 3 categories: grass, water, fire. I'll take one of each from these and put it into whichever one I want as my pick. Now, the first thing I want to start off with is the Kalos starters in general. Like I said earlier, you can't have one of them without having all of them in. Preferably that would be my pick. Preferably is to have them all in there, because as far as we know right now, and what I'm guessing, is that the Legends Arceus game is going to be set in the near future of when Kalos took place. So maybe like 3 years, maybe 3 or 4 years after. So I would like to see them as the starters and have them all get Mega Evolutions, which they deserved back when X and Y came out. So totally my pick would be to have them as my picks. But that's kind of no fun. So out of the rest of them, I want to put what I would pick as what they are. So let's first start out with the grass. Chikorita is honestly a little bit underpraised. I love Chikorita. I love Bayleaf. I don't like Meganium. I mean, I don't dislike Meganium, but like, it's definitely kind of disappointing to what Chikorita and Bayleaf could have been. So if they do get regional forms instead of Mega Evolutions, I would like to see Chikorita as the starter. But out of these 3, that's not my pick. My pick would personally be Grookey, because I love monkeys. Monkeys are cool. And I hate Snivy. Snivy sucks. He's bad, and I hate him. He's my least favorite Pokemon. Next up we have is the water. So obviously, since we have Grookey here, we can't have Sobble, because I don't want 2 of the same generation as my pick. So Sobble is out. So between Poplio and Totodile, I want that older generation represented. And plus, I love Totodile. And plus, wouldn't Totodile having a regional evolution be sick? Or Mega Evolution, have Feraligatr Mega Evolve? That's what people have wanted since Mega Evolutions happened, to have it to Totodile, because Feraligatr is sick. So I'm going to go with Totodile. Boop. So those 2 were the easy ones. I guess it's kind of easy too. So same thing with Scorbunny. Grookey's already there, so I don't want Scorbunny there. Same generation type thing. And then with Tepig and Litten, I like them both, but my pick is going to be going with Tepig. Not because of Tepig, but because of Litten. Because I don't particularly like Incineroar that much. I like Torracat and Litten better than I like Incineroar. So if I like the pre-evolutions more than I like the final evolution, that's a point away for me from it. Same thing with Chikorita. But the thing is, with Incineroar, I do watch competitive Pokemon. I don't play competitive Pokemon because I suck at video games, but I know every time I watch competitive Pokemon, Incineroar is always the Pokemon that's always there, and I just don't like that. I see it everywhere, and it's just really annoying. Not because I think the Incineroar strats are bad, because he's definitely probably one of the best, if not the best competitive Pokemon, but it's just everywhere, and I hate that. And plus, imagine Incineroar having a Mega Evolution in competitive. That'd probably be even worse than Incineroar. So, like I said, if they do regional form, I wouldn't mind having Linton in there. But because I would assume that they're all going to get Mega Evolutions and not regional forms, because that's the whole gimmick of the gen, I would rather have Tepig in there. So right here are my picks. This is what I would personally put in Pokemon Legend Z. Any one of these could have a possible shot. Like, there's never a 0% chance for anything. But this is what I think are most likely and what I would want most in the game. So thank you for watching. Have a great day, guys.